I've read multiple things. So one, we've reckoned back to the days of MTV, Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Genius.
Yeah.
Dude, love that show.
Do you know Celebrity Deathmatch?
Oh,
So-
man.
so
Go
Like
on YouTube.
claymation animation.
Claymation on MTV, and they would have fake. Well, clearly because it's clay. Celebrities fight each other. It's
Like
I don't even know.
like wrestling, but it's gore. It's all gore.
yeah, they're chopping each other's heads off and shit because it's clay.
It's like fatalities, like Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
fatalities, but with like celebrities.
I don't
like
even know-
Michael Jackson versus Oprah.
yeah, I was gonna say like I don't even know the era of celebrities. Like the singer from Green Day versus
Yeah,
Britney
it's
Spears.
early 2000s, late 90s celebrities. Like Britney Spears.
Yeah, I don't even
versus
know
Justin
who was cool.
Timberlake.
Yep.
You know, like
yeah, and Will Smith or some shit.
and it was all gore. It was super gory.
yeah, they'd like strangle him in the corner and shit.
And it was all real like stop motion clay, like so like the blood's just like squirting out and it's just a clay.
I didn't legitimately watched it, but I always saw minutes of it because it would come after the
It'd be on
countdown
there for
or
like
whatever.
15 minutes at the midnight.
Yeah. I didn't I wasn't a fan per se, but it is telling of the future, right? So then we get probably the Paul brothers, right? They probably invented celebrity boxing in the modern era.
Yeah, well, at least when people started at least
Yeah.
giving it any
Yeah,
attention.
because maybe other people did it that we don't know of, but the Logan KSI,
Yeah, I was gonna say like Logan and KSI.
they were the ones.
Yeah.
Then Jake grabbed the reins and just ran and
Yeah.
literally blew it up. And so you could argue now that KSI with the Misfits boxing, where he takes mid, lower, and larger level content creators or influencers and they fight, plus the Jake Paul making a legitimate run and making it cool, right? Because if it was just a bunch of like gamers or like
it'd have been over by now.
because they're not athletic.
Yeah.
So like you see Jake and you're like, oh, we're gonna find one of these guys is gonna be a freak and it's gonna be cool. And so he's throwing all these, and we have some, I guess people we know or people in our network that are starting to do that. But I was talking to my boy, shout out Tristan Lee. You know Tristan Lee?
I don't think so.
He started blowing up for being like the youngest bodybuilder. He was like 15 and shredded out of his brains. Well, now fast forward, he's 21 and he still lifts. Super like down to earth kid. I was actually really
Did he have long blonde hair?
nah.
No.
I'll show you him. You've probably seen him. I was actually, and this is no fault to you, Tristan, but I was pleasantly surprised on how cool he was considering his level of popularity.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen that
Yeah,
kid. Yeah, I
yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, he's been viral for 6 years now. But how cool he was, how wise he was for being 21, especially in this fitness content space, and
Yeah.
how grounded he was. He was a super cool kid.
Mm.
But we were talking hypothetically about him and I and how we get in there. And he's like, dude, you just have to like fight some nobody, beat the living fuck out of him. Like some Instagrammer with 20,000 followers, not nobody. Sorry, everyone out there is gonna bite my head off. You know what I mean? And then call out like some legit YouTuber or something. I was like, bro, if the bag's right, like, I would definitely do that.
Yeah.
And I think I'd beat the fuck out of him. And we were talking about it because Tristan had some tryouts with European soccer when he was a kid. He was a very good athlete. And he was like really playing it down. I was like, dude, and it was like more off air, but I was like, dude, you don't have to like lie to me. Like, if you're 16 and you're getting a tryout in like England and Spain, like I know you were good. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but like they were really good. I was like, yeah, you're playing the best in the world. Like you were good. Because I know what that was like. Like I've played the best in the world and I knew that I could hang, but I didn't belong. So I know the level of freaks. But then I also know the lack of freaks in content creation, fitness, and YouTube. And I know I'd beat the living fuck out of anyone out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's going to be like, there's not a lot of people in this space that I'm scared of.
No.
And it's not like I'm crazy trained, but you give me 6 months to really get after it. I know how to train.
Yeah, you also
Find a
got the
good
right
coach.
people to train you.
Yeah, I know your eye. Like I know how to get there. I know what athleticism is, and I'm just not scared of any of these guys who can't tie their shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So that is my run. I don't know how that started. Oh, which leads us to now there's multiple leagues. Aiden Ross was trying to watch one, which was very degenerate, and I loved it. He did one non-sanctioned, and then he got in trouble because he's so popular. And there's just these homies of his that were up and coming just beating the fuck out of each other for $20,000. Loved that. And then there's a new one. Who's running it? Someone famous. Fuck. But they're calling it...
Mozgadov? You talking about him?
I don't know. The one Eddie Hall was in.
I don't know. I don't know if that was. I think his name is pronounced Mozgad. What is that guy's Mozgadov? The guy that kneed that dude in the face.
Masvidal?
Masvidal?
No, he owns bare knuckle boxing. He owns a bare knuckle boxing league in Florida.
Is it bare knuckle?
Yeah.
Okay.
This Eddie Hall
Is
one.
he fighting Is he fighting? What's his name? In
They
bare
are talking.
knuckle?
They are talking shit, but I don't know if it's gonna happen.
They're supposed to fight though. Like they have a fight on the cards, but I don't know if it's bare knuckle.
No, that might be UFC.
Yeah, but it's not UFC. It's another league.
Oh, then
Yeah,
maybe
it's
it is-
weird.
maybe it is bare knuckle. So
I
Eddie
hope not.
Hall obviously had a big push with Thor, and I don't even know if that happened. Did it? Did they actually
they
fight?
boxed. They boxed. I think just no one watched it.
I didn't watch it. I should have. So they had a big old thing. I thought one of them might have got injured and it called out.
There's
I don't
even a couple
remember.
CrossFitters that fought.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Who was it? It was
who's the Navy SEAL?
um,
OG.
Pay him. Pay the man. That's his slogan.
The guy from San Diego. The OG.
Yeah, no, that's his slogan. What
I've
the-
never heard that slogan ever
Pay the
attached
man?
it to him.
Pay him?
I mean, is he going to start talking about the glass ceiling next? The fuck kind of slogan is that?
It's a very famous slogan in the CrossFit space.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm having a brain fart right now.
Not James.
I
It's
didn't-
something normal.
Yeah.
I can picture him.
I know, dude. I'm having a brain fart. That's pretty sad that I don't know his name off the top
Well,
of my head.
him I thought would be legit because, yeah, he's a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
Or like he was some kind of
He
special
fought.
ops.
He fought. I can't remember who he fought though.
Long story short, this new Eddie Hall, I think it's a new league run by creators also.
It's called the World Freak Fight League.
Just up my alley.
What a great name.
Just up my fucking World Freak Fight League. WFFL. That's not bad. That rolls. And there's two, I've heard people say this, so don't come after me, internet. Two midgets. I've heard that's back. I don't know if it's allowed to be back or not. Or two little people fighting. And then I think they claim that fight is two little people fighting Eddie Hall.
Oh.
Josh Bridges.
Josh fucking Bridges.
There we
Pay the
go.
man is his slogan.
Yeah.
I feel like that doesn't fit his branding at all.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Because I feel like he's just like the normal guy. You know?
He's like the, rents due, work out.
Oh, okay.
Things.
Rents due works.
It's like pay the man.
But
It's like,
pay the man for me feels more like a McGregor thing. Like kind of a flashy, like, yeah, fucking pay the man.
Pay me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Josh seems like, yeah, rent's due, like I put in work. He seems like just a grassroots guy.
I think his is more. I think his means the same thing as rents due.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But it's like pay the man, like pay your dues to
dues
the
paid.
to your work.
pay your
yeah.
dues. That works.
Dues paid. Yeah.
So Eddie Hall though fights two men, but on the stat sheet they're 5'2", which makes them not little people.
No.
And he beats the living fuck. He's about to Undertaker slam one, and one rushes him, and he gives him a left hook, and that dude went to the fucking.
I don't think those people had any fight experience.
No, for sure not. That's what kind
That's
of
the difference.
That's what kind of makes this fun though.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, sure. Then it's just like a freak show. Like that's why it's called World Freak League.
Yeah, just Freak League. If you're listening, talk to my manager. His name's Dean Sidoris, and get me a fight. Get me
Yeah,
a fight. I'm
we'll
ready.
Set it up.
I'll fight some fucking 5'2" dudes. I'll fight fucking Eddie Hall. I don't give a fuck.
Eddie Hall. That he's a.
I mean, we got to meet
His
at a weight.
fist is the size of your head.
Yeah, we got to meet at a weight class, Eddie. Yeah, I'm not going up to 400 keys. We got to meet me at 240 or something.
Yeah, meet me at 240. I don't think it's possible for him to get to 240.
Well, it's going to be hard for me to get 240, but I'll do it. There's sacrifice. Pay the man.
Pay the man.
Pay me, Eddie.
That's a rough catch weight.
But I love, 300 pounds, Eddie. I'll meet you down there, big guy. Halfway.
It's a rough catch weight.
But I do find that very entertaining. And then aside of that, I read an article, and again, it's just a Twitter article, so there's a bunch of things. But it says when most empires are starting to fall, that they default to fighting for entertainment.
Yeah, bread and circuses.
Yeah. So we're
Yeah.
fucked. Yeah.
Is that a trend?
I think if you look through all these empires in the past, yeah, it seems like that's what our savage brains ends
The
up.
gladiators.
Yeah, was the gladiators
I-
only at the end of the Roman Empire?
No, it wasn't. It was
the whole time,
It was like
right?
middle forward. I think.
Yeah.
I'm not really
Yeah,
sure.
so we're
I'm talking out of my ass, but
I am too, but that's what makes it beautiful, and
50% facts.
maybe that's where we're headed.
Maybe less than 50%.
Maybe me and Eddie Hall will establish the end of the USA Empire. Hopefully not.
That'll be it. That'll be the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, me and Eddie.
Yeah.
Fighting
I think-
at 250.
I think we have to celebrate the just absolute brilliance of the celebrity death matchups.
Oh,
They're just
Yeah, here's
fucking
some.
great.
Let's hear
Hear 'em.
some.
Larry King versus Geraldo Rivera.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so random. That's not only random, obviously, in 2024, right?
Uh-huh.
You're like, who the fuck are they? Do you know either of them?
I've heard of Geraldo.
Oh,
Yeah.
you would, dude. Racist. Racist.
Low key.
So
the man on the
if
scene.
you saw Geraldo, you'd know him for sure. So they're both like kind of early day podcasters in a sense. Sure, they're journalists, but they're not really. They're like always whatever.
Geraldo was the guy that would like the wars in Afghanistan. He would be in the battlefield in
Yeah.
Afghanistan.
Yeah, he's
He'd
a
be
Latin
in somebody's
cat. Real G.
knapsack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here
we are on the ground.
Yeah. So both of them are kind of, and Larry King's kind of a podcaster. Like, yeah, it was a Tonight Show-esque thing, but he's
Oh,
kind
Larry
of a
King,
podcaster.
old white guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
Very
that
old.
was an easy
Hey,
shot.
Very
Anyone
old.
we name, you could say old white guy,
recently died,
and you
right?
give yourself 80% chance.
There's that famous video of Seinfeld like flashing on him for saying like, "Oh, your show got canceled." And he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Canceled?
That was a pretty good.
Canceled?"
That's pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good. Even rewind to 1999. When we're young, we're hip, we're cool. To have them fight on a network, MTV,
Yeah.
which is main demographic 15 to 25.
Yeah.
That's random.
Was it
as
MTV
shit.
or Comedy
It
Central?
was MTV.
Oh no, I think
Really?
it was MTV.
MTV, yeah, it's all MTV. Comedy Central and MTV, same ownership.
Paramount.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Comedy Central when it started also targeted the 15 to 25. Now
Yeah.
it's obviously much more broad, but
Yeah.
MTV demographic was the frat boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for them to have Geraldo fighting seems fucking weird.
Yeah. But he was like a pop culture icon at
Sure.
the time. Like
Sure.
if you were a journalist in that time, that was like on a, like those people were like celebrities.
Yeah,
for
they
sure.
were because
He-
they were the Joe Rogans of the time. Kind
He
of.
was
Yeah.
pretty legit in the 70s, and he's gotten significantly less legit as time has
Yeah,
gone
I've
on.
always heard that.
Yeah, he's
I've heard
pretty
that.
controversial.
Yeah. Randy Norwood versus Courtney Love.
Yeah, that's good.
Anna Kournikova versus Danica Patrick.
Anna, dude, that's
Anna
it. Actually.
Kournikova.
That's do you know Anna Kournikova?
No, I don't.
Danica Patrick,
Tennis player versus
smoking hot tennis player. She was the babe of the time.
Yeah.
and so was
Danica.
Do you know Danica Patrick?
No.
Hot ass, respectfully,
Whoa.
hot ass NASCAR driver, female NASCAR driver.
Wait,
Yeah.
they were doing Celebrity Deathmatch when she was in NASCAR? I thought it was way before that.
It's probably no, dude. We're old. Danica
thought Danica
Patrick,
Patrick
was
was
on like
like-
a Mountain Dew commercial in 2003.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we're old, bro.
Time is folding in on itself.
Yeah,
just
but
so you
those
know.
two, that's
She's probably been out of the NASCAR for like 10 years.
no 20.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah.
Oh.
Dude, Sipos has no clue who she is.
There's like compilations of like in-car, I'm getting a little sidetracked, but there's like compilations of in-car cameras of other drivers just like yelling to their pit crew about Danica Patrick and how like they almost crashed him, and like dude, it's fucking so funny. Or them yelling at her, "Get off! You're 10 laps behind us. Get off the road!" They're like on the microphone. There's like just compilations of these people yelling at her on the road because she was really, not to like be sexist or anything,
Sure,
but like
she wasn't quite keeping
She
up.
was not keeping up with the pace. It's like a
Sure.
slow golfer. It's like
Yeah. And she was very good looking. She was in all the
It was great for
GoDaddy
the
commercials.
branding.
You know
Yeah.
GoDaddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like the spokesman when that came out, which was probably 2007. But she was. That's a great matchup of two babes. That's very 90s. I love
yeah.
that.
Michael Jackson versus Madonna.
Yeah, that's good too.
Michael Jordan versus Dennis Rodman.
That's good too.
Tina Fey versus Jon Stewart.
Interesting. It's funny how both of them have, careers have stayed pretty hot.
Yeah. Carson Daly versus Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, that's very.
Oh,
that's very
funny.
MTV.
Oh, that's funny.
Steven Tyler versus Mick Jagger.
banging.
Yeah.
That's a banging lineup. You know either of them?
I know.
Old white guys. Yeah, dude.
I don't know if this one's real or not. George Bush versus Gavin Newsom.
No, Gavin
No,
was
there's
probably
no
too
way.
young.
Yeah,
but that's
Gavin-
beautiful. George Bush was definitely.
Maybe it was like a revamp.
Maybe
Because
so.
what's Newsom now? Late 40s? Like I just
early
doubt.
50s, I think.
Yeah, I just doubt he was very relevant politically then, or at all.
He was actually. He was mayor of San Francisco. In a
In the
very
90s?
yeah, in a very big way. Yeah.
No,
Interesting.
more 2000s.
Maybe
Right?
early 2000s. I don't know. I got two screens going on and I can't look anything else up. But
I just feel like either way, but I do know George Bush fought a motherfucker on Celebrity Deathmatch because his clay face is drilled into my brain.
his wife's face is the Barbara's is the thumbnail. Simon Cowell versus Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah, banging. You know them?
Yeah.
Liam Gallagher versus Noel Gallagher.
Interesting.
I remember the Gallagher because I remember him
Yeah.
using the thing and smashing the head.
Yeah.
No, not that Gallagher.
Oh. Didn't that
I don't know.
exist too, though?
Music Gallagher, not comedy Gallagher.
I don't know if I know these
Oh.
Gallaghers.
Oh my God, what's the band? Oasis?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's Oasis.
Yeah.
Dude, it was. George says George Bush versus Gavin Rosedale.
Gavin Rossdale.
That's celebrity. That's George Bush Senior, though. And then there was George
that's-
Bush.
That's
Then there-
HW.
Then there was George Bush versus Gavin Newsom 3D match, celebrity death match.
Gavin Rossdale, what band was that?
I don't know.
Not Smash Mouth or some bullshit.
No. Fuck. Bush.
Oh yeah, Bush is good.
Yeah,
Buster-
glycerine.
Glycerine's good.
Busta Rhymes versus William Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are all on YouTube.
Yeah, that's so good.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, I see here.
Yeah,
There's all
that's-
kinds of great
That's
ones.
drilled in my head.
Lil Jon versus Lil Bow Wow.
Perfect.
Charles Manson versus Marilyn Manson.
Oh, I remember that
Perfect.
one. I remember that
Yeah,
one.
perfect.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson was the guy at this time
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was because he was the most controversial person. Like
because of music and Columbine.
he was on
Yeah.
the Columbine.
Yeah, it was the Columbine.
Everybody was like on TV either talking about him on MTV or it was news talking about how he's responsible for
He's
bad kids.
Him and Eminem probably aren't the first, but they're probably the first in the internet modern era of cancellations, and we should have known then that it didn't work.
Oh yeah,
They both just got more famous.
exactly.
Yes, dramatically.
Nick Cannon versus Wilmer Valderrama.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, everybody needs to go home and just binge celebrity death matches, or everybody that is at home.
Wilmer, whatever's from that 70s show, right?
That 70s
Fez?
show, yeah.
That's
yeah.
funny.
Fez.
It's
Yeah.
got like a robot chicken vibe.
No, it's all
Yeah.
the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Nev Campbell versus Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Perfect. Sarah Michelle was it. Was that Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yep. Lil Bow Wow versus Lil Romeo.
Just every little. It
Yeah.
was the era of littles.
Yeah.
Lil Troy, Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Now it's young.
Yeah.
Mary
yeah.
Kate and Ashley versus Jack and Kelly Osbourne.
Oh, dude, remember the Osbournes was like the OG.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was the
good.
OG.
Family.
It was
Family
the
show.
Kardashians. Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
Kardashian realities.
Christian Bale versus Adam West.
Yeah, it's good
Oh,
too.
that's funny. Dude, I
Paris
remember
Hilton versus Nicole Richie.
Yeah. 'cause
they had a show
break-
together.
Then
Yes,
they had a
they did.
breakup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they might have had like one of the first reality shows too.
No, they invented reality. No,
Yeah.
they were them. The Real World. They
Yeah,
were
Real
like the
World,
first
Real World.
shits for
Yeah.
sure. What Paris Hilton was just in something new. Was it a new burger commercial? Was it like a throwback to that? I just saw something within the last like month.
What was that horror movie she was in?
Not scary. It was one of the fake
It was
ones.
like a real one.
Because she's in the fake ones, I think too.
Yeah.
Scary movie 1 through
Oh,
12.
I'm sure. Yeah, she's like a parody.
No, she was it.
Yeah, that was a weird time.
I love
That's
this.
hot.
Mariah Carey versus
That's
Jim Carrey.
hot.
Wasn't Kim Kardashian was Paris Hilton's like
I think they're all-
assistant?
I think they're all just buddies. Yeah, just rich.
It was her assistant in the show, in the Paris show.
no, I
Kim worked for Paris as like her like
Yeah, I think that's got her a spin-off.
personal assistant.
It might have
And
got her a spinoff.
And it's funny how both of them did sex tapes.
No,
No,
it-
she just copied her friend's like track record.
Yeah, it was all identical. Both their dads were famous, not
Mhm.
them. Yeah, even Nicole Richie.
It's like a playbook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it literally is. Yeah, that invented the algorithm. Now every kid's just writing their own playbook, following every other motherfucker.
On OnlyFans.
So I don't know what deathmatch and all this has to do with it, but I do think some of it is entertaining, is what it comes down to. The
Yeah.
Eddie Hall crack in the jaw was great.
Did he
And,
beat the blister? He beat the brakes off him.
He did. And all that stuff is just gaining momentum. UFC's more popular than it's ever been, at least in the States.
Oh, for sure. Oh, everywhere.
Yeah, boxing's probably more popular than it's ever been. Not ever. It's more popular than it has been in the last 20 years.
Mm.
For sure. For
So
sure.
It's all growing.
Not to totally change the subject, but this just came up in my Instagram feed. It is a bike seat with separate cheek pieces that move.
How caked up are you? That's interesting because your butt actually doesn't sit on the seat.
No.
Like it's my crack.
Yeah.
It's a
And-
gooch.
My anus sits on it.
Yeah, and the with on this is actually sort of the upper part of your femurs.
Yeah.
Instead.
Yeah, your pelvi.
Yeah.
So it moves with your pelvis.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
I get, but your pelvis actually doesn't twist that much.
Yeah, it's just your
Well,
legs.
apparently it doesn't when you use this thing.
Yeah, it just can't. It can't. No break. Like it
Weird.
doesn't have that much give. Yeah, I think that's when we talk about reinventing the wheel, and we don't need to.
We don't need that.
You know, like my bike works.
Not all. Those aren't going to take over regular seats.
No, there's no shot. Sorry.
I remember buying like back in the day when we would get our BMX sites built, you would go to the bike shop and pick up one of those Haro seats.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a Haro seat,
Well, it's Dave Mira,
yeah, if you didn't have a Haro seat,
the Miracle Boy.
they were super padded.
Miracle Boy.
You put it all the way down.
Miracle
I think
Man.
it was Miracle Boy. I
Miracle Man.
think it was Boy.
You know Dave Mira?
No.
He's the Tony Hawk of BMX, arguably.
Yeah, he never lost. Like he was always winning.
and committed suicide within the last 5 years, right?
No, that wasn't Dave Mira, was it?
Wasn't someone died in like their driveway?
Yeah, no, yes.
that was Dave.
Was it Dave? Or was it
Sad.
there was two. What was
Hoffman?
the one that was always on Jackass? He was always kind of around the Jackass. crew.
Pastrana?
No, he was a BMXer.
Yeah, I think Dave Mirra's
No,
the one.
you're right.
that
Dave
ended-
Mirra was the ball, and he was the original host of the challenge.
Yeah. The other one was TJ Lavin.
Yeah. Well, TJ's still the host.
Yeah, TJ. I bought TJ's Las Vegas BMX bike, and it got stolen by my apartments behind my building, and I almost had a cow.
I think it's Matt Hoffman was the other one.
Matt Hoffman might be that's the Condor, but he might be a skater. Fuck,
he
my
was a
memory's
biker.
bad.
There was like the three guy, like TJ.
Yeah.
I don't really remember TJ being in like the X Games stuff, but I remember Dave Mirra and then the other guy.
I was a
Yeah,
TJ,
the darker curly hair.
I was a legit TJ fan. That might be Matt Hoffman.
I think it's Matt Hoffman.
I don't know
'Cause
why.
they had Hoffman bikes for sure.
Yeah, I don't know why. For some reason, I think he's a skater, but I might be mixing up my shit.
And he was always in the Jackass movies. Like he's always on set, and they'd have him do tricks. Yep, that's him.
Yeah, cyclist.
Yeah, BMX.
Yeah, the
for
Condor,
sure.
I think they called him.
Yeah, he was.
I was almost more into BMX than I was skating.
You're either a Matt Hoffman fan or you were a Dave Mirra fan.
Yeah.
Like they were kind of like the two guys.
Yeah, I was a TJ Levin fan. Swear to God.
That's funny.
Because I think he's from Las Vegas, and I had this cool little bike with the fucking what's the bearings on the handle so it could go all the way around and shit. It was like the first thing over $200 my dad bought me. He's like, don't fucking lose that, and then my neighbor stole it.
Yeah, that Dave Mirra thing's really sad. I think it was CTE related.
Yeah, that's what they think.
Oh.
From all the head trauma from
Yeah.
BMX.
Oh,
Yeah.
CTE.
Yes. That's what I said, right? No.
Yeah.
You said CTU.
Oh, I heard E.
That's
I
I'm flashing back
slur,
to
so.
Jack Bauer, 24, CTU,
CTU.
counterterrorism unit.
Yeah, Dave.
He got in his driveway by the counterterrorism unit. Well, this kind of brings up an interesting point. We were talking a little bit about CrossFitters fighting and stuff like what the fuck has happened with CrossFit, and does anyone still care? And could people care again? Could we bring fights to CrossFit?
I mean, maybe they should start hosting like a fight, like as like a sideshow entertainment at the games.
or as an event.
Or as an event?
What if you warm them up? We used to do like Greco wrestling before it was like grappling, where you literally clench hands and you just shove. It's almost more like sumo fighting. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
Where like you can't unlock hands. So maybe you start there, right? Because if you just come in and say, "Hey, Brooke Wells, you got to punch this bitch in the face," that's extreme.
Why don't you just go no headshots or headgear and no headshots?
So that's why I'm thinking like year one we do this wrestling one, then year two it moves into more wrestling, and then we're in an MMA striking.
Then
in,
it
like,
becomes
year
then it
four.
becomes like a We'll do a Brazilian jiu-jitsu like impromptu jiu-jitsu tournament.
Bro, that's so CrossFit of them.
Yeah, it would be. That'd be
Right?
old school CrossFit.
Just a whip out, say like, all right, first submission.
There's
go.
no creativity in new CrossFit.
Yeah. Yeah, they just threw a baseball out of nowhere. I used to make fun of that, but I also kind of like it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
it was
out
like
of
it was a
nowhere.
shit show because you're watching these
Yeah.
guys that you're supposed to think are like powerful athletes not know how to throw a ball.
Not a single one's a real athlete.
No offense, Jason Khalipa, but like that was embarrassing.
Yeah. People just don't know how to, they never played catch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think
He would win the jiu-jitsu, though.
Yes, he would. He'd
Yeah.
dominate that.
You're going to out baseball throw him, and then he's going to choke your ass out.
Yeah, he'll
Dean.
choke you. I'll give you a Darce choke.
Well, if you think about it, like all around athletes, like
Yeah.
you know, there's got to be some kind of fight component, right?
Wrestlers are, and that's the thing, right? They just made their own definition. And that's what I got in trouble for talking shit on all the time. Because they just said, like, yeah, best athlete, most fit. I'm like, by whose definition? Like, you just made that up.
Yeah.
Oh, CrossFit?
Yeah, because there's not like a lot of arguably agility or hand-eye coordination with what they did.
Right.
It was pure engine. And yeah, like
and strength.
there's definitely some strength. There's definitely strength components, and sure, body weight stuff like muscle ups on rings is very technical.
They're
for
doing
sure.
they're doing lots of heavy reps with big weight. I don't know how you what
But that's what I mean,
What is
like-
a competition that shows more fitness than CrossFit?
Well, it depends on your definition of fitness.
I guess I'm talking like strength to cardiovascular endurance ratio.
They did a decent job of it, but then you could argue that was bad because then they would add too much skill, right? Like a snatch or a ring muscle up, like that. You just eliminated every running back in the NFL, and you're going to tell me Rich Froning's more fit than them? No, just because Adrian Peterson doesn't know how to do that shit.
Yeah, they're both specialized.
Right. It's too specialized. So that's where we've talked about it here too. I think even with you is like High Rocks is making a run because the skill level then goes way down and you're actually just testing an engine. They don't test strength very well.
No,
They test an
like
engine.
A sled push is the heaviest thing they do.
Yeah,
right?
and I just don't. Yeah, kettlebell like RDL or some shit.
Yeah, that's
maybe
not gonna
even.
do it.
Yeah, that's not strength enough.
I
Because
guess, yeah, you're right.
because CrossFit just got in love with the Olympic lifts, and I know that's near and dear to your heart because you were an Olympic lifter. But Like that's so technical. Like a deadlift is a solid form of strength because it's just not that technical. A conventional deadlift, like you could teach your mom in an hour.
Yeah.
Like is her form going to be perfect? No, but she knows like, all right, get that barbell from the ground to my hip. Where an Olympic lift to get good at takes you 10 years
Yes. Yeah. No,
to like
for sure.
actually get proficient.
Yeah. It's like okay. Yeah. If you're gonna start this, you better at least do 5 years till you can compete locally.
Yeah, to not get made fun of.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, so like, and that is hard. Where like, you could argue the NFL Combine. Like, what if we made a casual version or a competition out of that?
It kind of already is one though, right?
For if you're going to the league.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, not everybody can like do
Right.
it. Not everybody can do it.
I actually think maybe I have to edit that out. I think it's $1 billion idea.
Isn't that kind of what High Rocks is?
Yeah, but they don't have the bench press. They don't have the
yeah,
vertical
right, you're
jump.
They need to add more like power building movements.
Yeah, explosive stuff.
Yeah, I would
actually
like
think
to see like a High Rocks power building like collab.
I low-key think if we made a form, what was the strength things we used to do here? I even did one where it's like a kettlebell swing or
Pull-ups.
snatch, pull-ups, and deadlift.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the national strength. Something.
I don't remember what that was called, but I remember you doing it.
Yeah, that was like at the cusp. That was heading downwards as CrossFit's heading upwards.
Yeah.
But I think if we held worldwide competitions on the combine, and maybe there's some variability, you know, whether you sneak in there, and then you have like a hierarchy to get to a title, I think you'd get a lot of not only freaks coming out,
Oh, dude, for sure.
but it'd be kind of like fun because like everyone played college football or whatever, you know, like every like lifter was like, yeah, I kind of played some college. Like those guys would excel.
yeah, you'd have to yeah,
Maybe we add a
because
couple
those
more,
people are all doing the High Rocks now because it doesn't really take any skill.
and everyone's just running. I mean, everyone's just fucking running.
Everyone's
You're
running.
one of those guys. You're a runner.
Everybody's running.
What made you, Dean? Because you're our sample here.
Yeah.
What made you want to just jog?
Uh-huh.
Obviously, weightlifting we understand because we get older and it's fucking hard and it's tiring and you need 3-hour sessions 6 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand taking that away, and I understand why powerlifters move on. But what made you want to jog rather than go choke someone out? Because it seems like you head to jiu-jitsu
Yep.
or you head down running.
Yeah, I'll probably do that when I'm older though. I'll probably do
Okay.
jiu-jitsu. I think like post 40.
Okay.
I'll get into the jiu-jitsu. I think that's my 10-year plan.
All right.
The so with me with the runnings, I only started because I signed up for the CIM, and I'm like, well, that's like one of the things.
Next year, December.
December this year.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yes.
A year.
Yeah, so-
6 months from now.
Yes. So I always wanted, like, even in my CrossFit days, like I've always had interest in doing a marathon. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it this year, and just fucking, I needed something to stick to.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna do it this year, and then after that, then I'll probably just go back to my usual programming of just trying to stay fit.
Yeah, a little
you know
bit
what I
of
mean, like a little bit of everything.
All right. So
And
you're
I'm
running.
still kind of doing that right now, but I'm also running like 3 days a week, like 6+ miles a trip. So
Yeah, it's good. And then you'll start ramping it up in August. September,
yeah, I'll
or
start just
something.
doing like less volume, but like longer,
Yeah.
or longer runs, but like less frequently.
Interesting. Because that's so. Yeah, everyone's fucking a hybrid now.
The hybrid's like the word. The new hybrid is the new power building word.
Yeah.
Or like
no, hybrid is the new power builder.
it's the new
for
power
sure.
builder, right? It's like, okay, like can you run a 5K
Yeah.
and also bench press 255?
Every person I
For
follow
reps.
on Instagram's in a run club.
Yeah, but like there's not actual any real clubs.
No, I think it's just a meetup.
Yeah,
But I do like that because that's probably the only way I would ever run.
yeah.
There's no way I'm just gonna be like, all right, Mike, it's Tuesday at 4. Let's go jog 3 miles.
I like doing. I do it by myself, man. It's like my meditation.
I meditate too much. I'm alone too much.
It's my hour of like.
Yeah.
It's
You
my
have kids
hour
and
of
shit.
disconnecting,
You have kids and shit.
disassociating. You just kind of just go. Yeah, for
It's
sure.
different. Like your kid's on your ankle all day.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
think
don't,
that's
I don't
why.
have that. I got Sebas.
I also
And
just
he's
like.
only here for like
I think-
5 hours. 4.
I think I'm also only doing it just based off of where I am living, like geographically. Like in my neighborhood, it's very
Runnable.
easy to go outside and run.
Yeah, yeah.
If I lived like at my old place, like maybe I'd go to McKinley or something.
It's
like
pretty
that,
good.
but-
I mean, even downtown, I'm pretty lucky.
I mean, is there even any room to run at McKinley right now? It's probably so packed.
Yeah, I
no,
don't
you
know.
can. You
Really,
can.
it's the same.
I haven't
still-
looked.
You can still run around McKinley.
I'm just like assuming there's just like
There's a lot of
300
people there,
that are
though.
running now.
Yeah, it is a cool spot, and running is cool.
I've always had this like romanticized like kind of thing about running though. Like it's
Really?
kind of because I'm a very nostalgic person. It's very like 80s and 90s, right?
Yeah.
You think of these pictures of
Rocky.
like Bill Clinton running, Rocky
Yeah.
running,
Forrest
Princess
Gump.
Diana running. You know,
Forrest
there's all these photos of that
My
everywhere.
favorite runner.
There have been memes lately about the running of somebody that we used to associate with all the time. He's getting torn up about
yeah.
how he runs.
Well, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah. It's stiffness. I mean, running's hard. I look stupid running. I filmed myself yesterday just to see how stupid. I ended up posting it because I didn't look that dumb. But
I am dealing with a little bit of like lower back shit right now because I kind of like because the way I do shit too is I kind of just like, oh, I don't run. I'm gonna start this running program. I'm gonna run 6 miles today,
you die.
and then like I do that for like 4 weeks,
Bro, it's taken me 4
and now
months.
my body's fucked.
It's taken me 4 months to get up to a minute straight of running.
Yeah,
Like I could have done it in the past.
a minute straight,
Yeah.
like 1 minute,
Of like running though.
like actual not jogging,
Like
like sprinting.
7-8 miles per hour with a decent incline. I'm on a treadmill.
A minute straight. How many mile? What's the mile pace for that?
Oh, probably 7, 8 miles per hour, 9 miles per hour. It's probably about 7, 6,
Yeah.
7. So it's like moving, but it's not moving.
Yeah, it's close to like a one lap, right?
Yeah, probably.
400.
Probably get just below that.
Mm-hmm.
But point is, I could have ran a minute straight in January, but I would have broken myself.
Yeah.
So I just like slowly did like 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 30
So what you're
seconds.
telling us is that you're hybrid now too.
No, I particularly put that in my story. I said I am not a runner. This isn't cool.
Yeah.
I say I do some trotting because I'm on a
I don't know.
cut.
Every time I come in here, I see
I am
him
on a
he's on
treadmill
the
a
treadmill
lot.
about it
I
every
am
time
on-
I come in here.
I am
so.
on a treadmill a lot, but I walk a lot because I don't walk at home.
Yeah.
So I try to walk a mile every day, and then if I'm feeling good,
If you want to get shredded, you gotta do cardio.
you got to move. So if I'm feeling good, I'll do a minute on jog. It depends on what's the radio. But now that we just watched Creed, I'll probably turn on the Creed. Bro, some of those montages, I'll just watch it, and I'll end up
They're
running.
fire.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
There's something. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's something like, also like living in downtown for like 10 years, like just being at like just the idea of like going out and seeing people running in the city.
It's common.
There's something cool about like running in New York City or something on like you're just like a dude and you're just like out on a run in the city. There's something cool about that to me. I always kind of I've always kind of liked that.
The one thing I think is cool is that you don't need equipment.
You don't need shit.
That's why I think it's cool.
I mean, you kind of need a good shoe, but you don't
Yeah.
actually. You don't.
You can run in kind of anything.
Yeah, you could.
You don't have to run 10 miles. Like you could go for if you just had Sambas on, you go bang out 2 miles.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and that's like a healthy thing for a normal person. But there's something also that I think is not cool. Just all of it. the outfits,
Yeah.
the build, the physique you're gonna get when you turn that way.
Yeah,
when you
my
end up-
physique's not like I'm super skinny
Yeah,
and
see?
shredded, but it's not cool.
No, it's not cool. The supplements and shit. Shout out to my boy Nick Bear who has made them kind of cool, but they're not cool.
Is it running supplements?
Yeah, you're gonna suck on some gel that's
Yeah.
branded poorly and tastes like shit.
That's
At least
only-
Nick brands it good. Probably tastes good.
They say that you shouldn't even like think about that shit unless you're running like 12 miles.
Yeah, duh.
You don't need any of that shit unless you're running 12 plus
But
miles.
powerlifters are fucking banging it out. There was like a study, and it's hard to obviously measure glycogen, but they say you burn like 10% of your stores in a powerlifting workout. These motherfuckers are slamming candy.
Yeah.
No, dude, thanks. Hey, that was just cool. That was just fun to do. Everybody loves candy.
I do think it's a cool part of the culture, but it's definitely not needed. They think they need intro workout. And you're right. Until you're banging out like 10 miles at like a legit pace, you probably don't need extra carbs, dude.
This is coming from the guy who just walk around the gym with Sour Patch bags from Costco this big.
I wasn't that bad. When I was really bulking, I would slam anything I had. I would
Yeah.
definitely have like a Pop-Tart in my backpack or something.
Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Unfrosted.
Yeah. Just because you're trying to gain weight. But I always knew that I don't need that fuel. Where these guys are trying to,
Yeah.
justify it.
Or like the intra like Gatorade, 4
Yeah.
scoops of the fucking
Gatorade in general.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, you're not playing college football
You don't
anymore.
need 38 grams of sugar to rehydrate
Yeah.
and
If I played a
carb load.
full basketball game, I'd probably have a Gatorade again. But
Well, you say also like technically Gatorade is like you're supposed to drink it before, right?
Yeah.
Prevention, or is
That's-
it like to revamp?
they say to revamp Gatorade, but the truth is most people get dehydrated because they're dehydrated going in
Yes.
Yeah.
or not hydrated enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you're not gonna. Yeah, you can lose liquids. Definitely a marathon is different, but a sports game, like if you could probably go a full competitive basketball game, and if you hydrated properly the 48 hours before, you could probably play the whole thing and not drink water and be fine.
Well, I do 90% of my runs fasted
Yeah.
because I usually feel I get way crazy more energy. I won't get that crash from the food.
Yeah.
You don't feel heavy. You feel
You
light.
ain't
You
gotta take a shit.
don't gotta do any of that.
Yeah.
You're fucking just going.
That's like an issue as you get older too. You start to time your shits. I never really thought about that as a kid. I just knew I
timing your
wasn't gonna
poops?
shit. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
wasn't gonna shit mid game. They're talking about NFL football players pissing themselves on the field, not thinking.
Oh yeah, fuck it.
You know Paul Pierce?
The basketball player?
Yeah.
Oh,
He pissed himself on the court.
I think he shit himself.
Yeah.
The rumor is that he
He
shit
looks like
himself.
someone that would shit himself on the
The
basketball
rumor
court.
is the conspiracy is that he shit himself. It was in a playoff game, and he faked like a hammy injury to get off the court. And there is video. You can't always tell if it's edited or what's going on, but there's a doo-doo stain. They were home, and so he had white jersey, and there's a doo-doo stain
I've
on
seen
his
that, yeah.
shorts. Yeah, and who knows? Maybe it was just a shart, and maybe he just didn't clean well. Maybe he didn't have a bidet, but maybe he shit himself mid-game of a playoff game at home in the Boston Garden.
Yikes.
Marathon runners, I mean, they got porta potties on the side of that.
Oh, they
thing.
shit themselves all the time.
Yeah.
Because you try and trust a fart
Oh, my
after
God.
just eating nothing but gel
And
goose
it's
and
3
and
hours.
water.
Yeah, 3 hours.
Yeah, and you think it's just a fart, and that's what they say is what
Yeah.
happens.
You
I
just
would
need-
have to pull over, clean myself, and move to another country.
They
if I
don't
did
care,
that.
dude. They just keep going.
Yeah,
They're
they
all
just be
down their
dropping
legs.
it. Yeah, they'd be dropping it like a racehorse.
Did you see that video? The guy that's like, what's the guy? That was going viral about fucking Locked In, the Locked In guy.
Mm-mm.
You haven't seen that guy? Have you seen that guy? Oh, I'm just locked in today. He's like,
It's like a big white guy, right?
yeah, huge white guy. He's
He
like,
has a big ass
oh, I'm
head.
just, yeah, everybody just wanted. He's like super positive. Just got to stay locked in. He's
Just
like,
shitting himself everywhere.
well, he did the New York Marathon and he shit himself, and he's finishing the finish line
That
with
is
just
locked in.
streaks of shits. And he fucking, dude, his marathon time was sub 3
Yeah,
hours.
That's what.
Wow.
That's locked in.
I guess that's why you,
But
keep
he's not even
going,
just.
but-
I didn't even know he was even a runner. He was just going viral for being like this super positive young guy. Chris D'Elia even like had him on his podcast or some shit, which is weird.
Interesting. I
But,
wonder what it is.
The locked in guy.
A lot
I'm
of them are-
surprised you haven't seen that.
A lot of these guys are really jacked now and running legitimate times, like Nick.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And they're built like it. Nick's fucking 6'2".
All these people just train full time.
Yeah, Nick was a ranger. Like he's a tough son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I just don't have that.
yeah. Jogging is not hard. Running's different. Like running fast.
If you're trying to get times, bro,
yeah,
it's hard.
yeah.
And that's probably the only way I would do it. Like I don't want to. Like obviously your first one, yeah, you just want to complete.
Yeah.
But the whole goal is, yeah, you want to niche away sometimes. But
But
there's
maybe
just,
qualify for another one.
Yeah,
or
there's
whatever.
just so much
If you just
pain.
want to do one though, like kind of like where I'm at, it's like
Still so much-
just finish it.
so much pain involved that I just
Yeah.
don't want to go through anymore.
The problem right now where I'm at is like my cardio is like fucking unbelievable, but my body's still not caught up to where
Yeah.
my cardio's at. Like I'll finish a 6 mile run and like I'll barely be breathing. Like I mean I'll be breathing, but like I can go like do a speech right
Yeah,
at.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like my cardio's like I'm not
Yeah.
even like tired, but my body by then is just like fuck, dude. Like
That's
I'm
my
ready to
limiter.
fucking like stop.
That's my limiter on everything. My low back starts to light up quick.
Yeah.
I got the stubbiest little legs. Like I'm built literally the opposite of every long distance runner. I got a long ass torso, tiny stubby legs.
Yeah, dude. Ever since I quit like weightlifting, my back has just gotten like super weak because I just avoided like all that shit.
Yeah.
I also started to think back, like, fuck, dude, like, I quit lifting, like, weightlifting in 2018. Now, that was fucking,
Yeah.
how
Half a
many years
decade.
ago now?
Yeah. Almost a decade.
7 years?
What the fuck are you doing with yourself?
6 years?
8 years.
How many years?
It's about to be 2025.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. So it's like, yeah, and, like, I literally, like, when I quit, I just kind of went, like, I don't want to do any of this shit anymore. 'Cause
Yeah,
I did
right.
it for so fucking long. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to squat anymore. I don't even want to fucking deadlift anymore. I
Yeah.
don't want to do cleans anymore. I don't want to do any of that shit.
That's why we got bodybuilding machines.
I know. Well, that's why I wish I was lived closer. I'd be here every fucking day.
Yeah. Get a leg press or something, changes your whole brain.
Dude, yeah, no, it's great. It feels great. But yeah, I mean, like back to like what you were saying with the CrossFit thing, man. Like, I mean, you look at these crowds at the events, the regionals events, but half the problem is that no one knows what the fuck is going on. Every year, the system is changing
Yeah.
on how to qualify, who's going, is this a regional or is this a what is this?
They did bring it back to the old school
It's
shit, though, right?
It's still like sectionals.
Because at least I saw the video-wise.
It's not NorCal only anymore.
Because it made it look like at least it was an event. Because some of the regionals there weren't on, and then you went straight to the games, and it was only online. Like, there was a bunch of weird shit. But remember, like, 2015, regionals were legit.
Yes.
And they were cool.
I think
I went to them.
The cool thing about that, well, like what made it such a fun party experience and why there was, 10, 20,000 people there is because it was regionals, right? It was NorCal regional. So everybody in those stands knew somebody there.
Yeah. You had a dog in the race. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
so-
Horse in the race, dog in the fight.
So everybody showed up
Right.
for that because
Yeah.
like everybody knows everybody there. Now that it's like these,
It felt like college sports.
yeah, for sure.
It felt cool.
It was huge,
It was
dude.
cool.
Like you couldn't even fucking walk in the walkways
was
in the
cool.
vendor village. It was like shoulder to shoulder, like
And
the
there was-
Arnold.
And there was like tiers of celebrities.
Yeah, there
right?
was like the up and
there's the-
comer.
you got the gamers. You kind of know their stories.
Yeah.
And if you were a regionals athlete, you were in the league,
Yes.
right? Like you
Yeah.
weren't LeBron yet.
No.
You weren't LeBlanc.
Yep.
But you're not Froning. But you're not Khalipa.
Yeah.
But you're there. And
But
then
you're there.
And then Khalipa was Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, he
like
was, yeah.
there was legitimate status, which was cool.
Yeah,
and
the
it was
Blair
earned.
Morrison and those guys.
Yeah,
right?
like Blair was. Yeah, obviously went to the games
Gabe
early.
Subri.
Yeah, all our guys.
Yeah. Lots of cool NorCal guys. NorCal was like also like a great place for it.
Yeah, we were
but,
the
like,
hub. We were the
yeah,
hub.
yeah.
We were lucky because it was literally invented here.
Yeah.
And first 10 CrossFits.
Yeah, because Santa Cruz is NorCal, right?
no, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And the first 10 CrossFits were literally in like Sacramento. We had like 2 of the first 10.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like a huge party, and all the other regions popped off too. Like
Just
they were
slowly-
cracking
grew.
too.
Yeah, and there's
So
talent.
now they don't even know. Like no one even knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And these sectional things. I think they sold like fucking maybe like 1,000 tickets or whatever.
And
to that
games are
regional, something
Dallas.
crazy. The games are in Texas this year. Yeah.
Dallas, I think.
I think it's Dallas. Unless,
Which
unless it's Fort Worth. Might be Fort.
Yeah, that's the same to me.
No, there was a regional. There was a sectional in Fort Worth. And I
Whatever.
also heard that with that, like the vendor village was like 0.75 miles away
Fire.
from the venue.
Fire planet.
Imagine paying for a vendor spot, and it's almost a mile away from the venue.
Genius. But and I have heard Dallas Fort Worth is a awesome city, and I've heard it's all growing, and it is centrally located. So maybe that's not the worst decision of it all. Milwaukee or whatever the fuck we were, cheeseheading it. That seemed a little random.
Wisconsin
Yeah, that seemed a little random.
Yeah.
for the games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
I
got,
heard it was nice.
it got progressively worse though for attendance every year until like we just said, "Fuck it, we're not coming here anymore."
Yeah. Sure, it's kind of centrally located, but like, give me a reason.
Madison.
Give me a reason to go.
It was Madison.
Right? And I say this in powerlifting. I say this everywhere. Like Vegas, L.A., although I hate L.A., Miami, Orlando. Like, give me a reason to
Well, this
go.
was in Carson this year, and still no one came. Where the
The-
old games used to be.
The regionals were?
Yeah, the sectional, whatever. It was in
yeah.
Carson, where the games used to be.
Yeah.
Where the games was like at its peak when we would all go.
Yeah, yeah.
When the
No,
fucking
those were fun.
back in the day.
They were fun times. And how have they not expanded at all? Like, if UFC can trickle down and do a powerlifting meet and a slap contest, plus jiu-jitsu and all this other stuff, how has Rogue did it? And we've spoken about
The Rogue
that.
Invitational has become almost just as popular as the games.
It looks cooler.
Yeah.
It's
So
got the strongman
So
element.
and Rogue's so tied in with them, or at least used to be. Who knows where everything is now?
I think it's all very.
How has
same.
CrossFit not done that? How do they not hold a giant cash weightlifting competition, a Caffeine and Kilos Invitational? If I'm CrossFit,
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally tapping in with you guys 10 years ago and say, hey, we're going to do the CrossFit. You do everything else. Do a deadlift off, do a strongman off, do a fucking chin up off. Who gives a flying
No,
fuck off?
all they did with us is just reach out with their attorneys to tell us to remove all of our hashtag CrossFits on all of our posts. That's what they did for us.
So dumb.
Oh, dude, no, yeah, we got.
Oh, you don't want the promo?
our-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, their lawyers reached out to us and told us to. They combed our. It's just like someone they hire. They combed our entire website, found the word CrossFit on there somewhere, and combed our entire social media and told us to delete all the words
Like, hey, man.
CrossFit and all hashtags from all posts. He was showing me posts from like 2013. I'm like, bro, I'm not going through my Instagram. I won't post it anymore.
How about
But like, I'm
the-
not going all the way back to fucking 11.3 thousand posts
The
and like
five or-
deleting your fucking hashtag. You
the
go fuck yourself.
5 to 6 figures you guys have given them money wise, let alone the culture you've added to them. You can't
Oh,
just let me
dude.
use a little word.
Like, the amount of money that we've spent on just boosts alone, let alone like
Yeah,
growing
maybe
the,
7 figures.
absolutely growing the economy of
Yeah.
fucking CrossFit, like
That's the only.
millions and millions and millions of dollars.
That's the only thing that made CrossFit good, is
Yeah.
that it had a culture and a sub economy and a subculture.
think about all the brands, like not to toot our own home. Think about how many brands started because
No, all
people
of them.
saw what CK was doing.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and that's
Like-
what made CrossFit cool. I thought the athletes or whatever, I don't love watching it. I think the sport, I've critiqued it many times. I thought they've never made like good decisions, and I still thought it was cool because there was this culture that
Yeah.
that organically grew within it.
And it was what grew that was a bunch of dudes saying like, oh, if these dudes can do it, we can do it.
And the
That's what
athletes-
CrossFit was.
And the early athletes themselves being so open-minded and cool. The top 10 NorCal athletes came to us to learn how to deadlift,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Like, that's what made the sport cool, is that they were actually cool and open-minded and actually wanted to get good at shit and build a lifting culture, where now, like, I don't know, They have their own managers and they have their own coaches.
Oh,
who've
dude, all
never-
the athletes with the managers, you don't even get me started. on that.
and none of the coaches have ever
like
actually
6 of these people make money.
and none of the coaches actually coached anything. But now they're a CrossFit coach, and all they've ever done is coach CrossFit. Well, like,
Yeah.
what is that?
Yeah,
That's like
because-
I coach sport.
And they're
Like,
just they're all just like subscribing to like someone else's programming
Right.
and then like tweaking it.
Where
You
in the
know what I mean?
beginning
It's
it was
like-
cool. They would go and find weightlifters and learn how to weightlift. They would go and find a running coach and learn how to run. They would go to powerlifters and learn how to deadlift, and then they combined it on their own. They're truly cross-training athletes.
Dude. There's so many examples. It's all about like you got fucking lucky. This person walked in your gym and then they're at the games.
Yeah, they're a
like there's
freak,
like
yeah.
50 examples of that.
Yeah.
It's like no, it's not your coaching. You know, it's just this person's a freak, and no matter whatever
Right.
gym they walked in,
Yeah.
they were gonna be something special.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
CrossFit's so complex that an actual program matters for sure, but actually just showing up and working your ass off twice a day, 6 days a week matters more.
Yes.
Right? Like they just need to build their shit.
Yes.
Like meticulously programming could help, especially compared to the beginning when it was total random programming, and that's what they based their head on.
Yeah.
And then they called it programming, which is actually just the dumbest thing ever.
Mhm.
You can't have a random program. That's
yeah.
makes
Yeah.
no sense. But
There
yeah.
was the retesting. I think that's what they justified as not being totally random,
sure,
right?
sure.
But I don't know.
Y-
You're right. You're still right.
Yeah, what do they call them? Benchmark workouts.
The benchmark
Yeah,
workouts,
which is good, and I do agree with that. But then if you're doing randomness in between,
They would kind of on the main site. You're talking about like the main site workouts. They would CrossFit.com sites like the CrossFit.com main site workout of the day. Like they do base like the movements. Like they don't like double up on like we destroyed your legs yesterday.
Sure,
We're gonna
sure.
destroy your legs again today.
Sure.
They did a good job of like. If you actually followed the main site program, you would get in really good
Yeah,
shape,
you'd get
and you would get a good variety.
I just mean like their marketing or like their core philosophy.
I think there's a lot of gyms doing what you're saying. There's a lot of bad gyms.
Well, there's just their philosophy was based on randomized,
yeah, constantly varied fitness, right?
Yeah.
That's their slogan.
right? Which
This is
but
like
then they would-
basically random, like be ready for anything.
But then they would use, which I believe in, being ready for anything is different than randomized program.
Yeah, muscle confusion. What?
Yeah. They basically were the bros of hybrids.
Yeah. CrossFit is like a form of hybrid, right?
Yeah, no, it is.
It's like the ultimate hybrid.
No, it is. It is. It's a good hybrid. It is a good hybrid.
This
And-
Hydrox shit's you taking off, man. That shit is fucking selling out, packed, fucking full to the brim with spectators.
Yeah, and they're young. Lance Armstrong was at it. Did you see that interview?
Oh, dude, they got like Lauren Fisher and people like that,
Yeah.
like going,
Yeah.
like doing it, like
Yeah, you-
these CrossFitters, like
Pay him a couple grand to go do it. Why wouldn't they?
for sure, they're definitely getting paid to
I
go.
mean, that's same with Spartan had to run like that.
Puma,
Yeah.
Puma's absolutely dominating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Puma, like basically, I think it's the title sponsor for Hydrox.
Interesting.
And they make like now they're like making like super popular running shoes. They're
Yeah.
fucking Puma's like
Puma's-
because of Hyrix, Puma is like
Puma's been making moves, right? I think they got ASAP Rocky and Rihanna. They got Usain Bolt, obviously gave him a nice push in the mid 2000s. But they have the LaMelo Ball, who's made a big push. They've actually made some serious athletic moves where they were always known as kind of soccer when we were growing up and random casual.
you would wear like remember like when everybody had those Pumas, the
Yeah.
casual ones.
Yeah, the Samba-esque.
What was the? What
was like a- it was
they
like
had,
an
but they had
indoor-
like a foam back.
Yeah, I think it was like an indoor soccer-ish shoe. It
Yeah,
was like the Nike Cortez.
yeah, it was like a Cortez.
Yeah.
It was like their Cortez. If you didn't have those at one point with the fat laces, dude,
Loser.
what were you doing? You didn't have the chunky laces in
And
those.
you didn't have some fucking baggy cargo pants from fucking American Eagle.
Are we gonna bring back those Pumas?
They're cool.
Are they cool right now?
No, but we could make them cool. That's why I told you about the Converse you were wearing the other day. I think the All Stars need another loving. They're always steady,
Yeah,
but they're actually not cool right now, which makes me want to wear them.
yeah, I gotta wear 'em more then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, the Pumas are cool. That's interesting. They're making a run there. I mean, Pumas made a run in running, but running is complex, right? We got Asics, we got New Balance, we got Hoka, Brooks. It's a little
Yeah.
bit more like golf.
Ultra,
Yeah.
Ultra for like the trailheads.
Yeah, right. It's like golf, where there's a couple companies that are legit, right? If you have a brand new Titleist set, you're still the guy.
Oh yeah,
But you could also have a brand new TaylorMade set, and you're still
Mhm.
the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a couple.
Yeah,
We're-
Mizuno. Whatever.
growing up basketball, you better have Nikes and a random pair of Adidas, maybe,
Yeah,
or you're a fucking nerd.
yeah, yeah. Puma's like really, they're going all in on this like
Interesting.
competitive fitness realm. They have like a really popular kind of CrossFit shoe now. They sponsor a couple CrossFit guys.
Oh.
Baker Smith, like
I don't
Noah
know.
Olson, like
Yep.
super jacked black
I know.
dude. That
I do know him. I do know him.
Yeah, he was like a military guy.
Yep, I know.
Yeah, he's a Puma athlete. they've so that now the High Rock.
What's his
shit-
name? Baker?
I believe that's his last
I
name.
just know Smith.
Is
I
it
know who he is. He's
Smith-
from California,
Ben
right?
Smith? No, not Ben Smith.
No,
I think it's
maybe.
Baker.
I don't know his first name, but I know who he is.
Yeah.
He's California, right? SoCal?
I think he's like I don't know if he's from SoCal.
I don't know if he's there.
I can't remember where he's from.
Yeah, no, but I know who he is. Puma is an interesting take. The competitive fitness or serious fitness culture, you would think more brands are dabbling. Like the Metcons are still a thing in Nike, and then they came out with like Nike strength gear,
I got some about that.
but they don't like really use it. And
I'm way off, dude. Chandler Smith.
Chandler
Yeah,
Smith for sure. I knew who he was.
I'm way off.
And he's with Puma currently?
Yeah, he's a Puma.
Because I'm looking at the list and I do not see him here.
On Puma.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's not like big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're talking? Do they have CrossFit athletes on there? They probably just have big name athletes.
LaMelo Ball,
Yeah.
R.J. Barrett,
Yeah, too big.
Neymar, Lexi Thompson.
These are them right here.
He's probably just not big enough.
Kyle
Oh, those are
Kuzma,
clean.
They look good.
Yeah,
DeMarcus Cousins,
DeMarcus.
Usain Bolt.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he's probably just not big enough. They probably just don't show love. So that's what I was getting at. Where all these companies want to tiptoe and steal from our culture, but they don't give back yet. Right? Like Nike signed Matt Frazier or whatever for like one season, and then they dropped all athletes, but now they want to make strength gear, but they don't want to sponsor strength athletes. Like, how are they not reaching out to the core? Then it feels like fraud.
Dude, Nike's basically fallen out of the fitness world, like, as far as like strength fitness.
But they still make the Metcon.
They do. But remember the
new
Metcon,
versions?
dude. The Metcon. It's funny about the Metcon, dude. Two things. You used to see it, like now it's like it got so big, like your mom and dad are wearing it at
They were
Cal
everywhere.
Fit.
Yeah, they were everywhere.
And like you'd see Tiger Woods would like
Yep.
go to the locker room in Metcons. Like that dude's not doing CrossFit.
It's just Nike advertising.
Yeah.
Right? They just said, oh, this is how you work out in.
Yeah.
They didn't say how, why. And it is a good idea, right? And Reebok obviously invented the idea.
Dude, know who's holding up the fucking stock in Metcons right now?
Huh.
Fucking CrossFit's in Korea. That's all they wear. They only fucking wear Nike. Apparently in CK fucking t-shirts.
That's
So
fine.
we have like a
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have a connect out there that like this lady, she just like one of our biggest wholesale accounts besides like Rogue or something, but like dude, like that's like it's they're in like CrossFit in like 2017
Yeah.
where it's like Metcons
Full blown.
dominate. Like it's just like
Yeah,
they like the simple stuff, like but they're buying all the new Metcons. Like you look at a group photos of them,
that's sick.
and it's like the physical 100. Like and
Oh, yeah.
you follow all those people. They're all wearing Nike Metcons,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
all
yeah.
wearing Nike lifters, and they're all wearing Nike running shoes. Like in the States here, no one's wearing Nike running shoes. No one's
yeah, very
wearing
few. Some with those
Metcons.
Pegasus.
No one's wearing Metcons.
Yeah, Randos. Randos
it's,
for sure.
It's you look at Nike stock, man. Like Nike's
they're
literally
rough.
like
They're rough.
they're not. They no longer have the majority on running. Basketball's also down 30-40%. Running's down. They literally lost the running to New Balance and Hoka and these other Asics and all these other brands that are like just running with that. They don't have any answer to that
Not to
on cloud.
make a drastic shift, but I want to talk about. I'm not sure exactly when this episode is coming out because we're building runway. But I want to ask you if you have seen the latest Acolyte, episode
third.
3. Yes.
I've only seen the first two, but I've seen all the drama with episode 3.
Well, the drama about episode 3 is all bullshit. The reality episode 3 is that it sucks.
I heard it's
fucking
over
awful.
I heard it's generally just bad.
It is really bad. The the culture war stuff I don't give a shit about. I mean, put it in, leave it out, I don't care. But it's just bad. It's just bad.
I've heard about
TV.
some, like,
It's
yeah,
so bad TV.
The couple scenes that I've seen on Instagram of like these witch ladies like doing this weird spell thing. I'm like, this looks like it's off of a CW show.
Oh yeah,
a little bit, yeah.
I was just reading Twitter because what are the witches in Clone Wars that brought Darth Maul back to life?
The Dathomir, which is a Dathomir.
Because then they say this episode 3 is like they bring these witches out of nowhere and they're not Dathomir.
no, they're not.
No,
They're
this is also
they're
100 years
back
before all
in
that.
something. I don't know.
Oh, but you'd imagine the Dathomir sisters are immortal or
They kind of like made this new
just out of nowhere.
this new group. They're in this like window. They've created this window in time of like no man's land. So they basically do whatever they want where they place this
Yeah.
show.
We
have
ranted about
one-
that before.
They have one carryover character from the High Republic that's in all the comics and novels right now, where like they're focusing all that stuff,
Yeah.
the book content. they've like jumped 100 years from that, which is 200 years from like the main
Previous.
story. So anyways, like they're just like no man's land.
Yeah.
Of, like
Which
they can do whatever
sucks.
they want,
Which ruins
and
it
then
for
you get
me.
shit like this.
Because you get attached to a character, so like at least give me a tie. Give me it's Anakin's cousin. Give me it's a young Anakin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for me to fall in love with Star Wars and then go over here and there's some random witch crew.
Well, they tried to sell us like with like what's her name being in the show from Matrix.
Yeah.
And she's barely in
And
it.
she was in it for like died in the first 5 minutes of the
Yeah,
first episode.
she's in the third episode as
I
well.
heard like there's like flashbacks with her, right?
Yeah, she's in the third episode. The third episode is all flashback, and it's just awful, fucking awful.
Dude, I heard it's bad.
Yeah,
Too bad.
Brendok is the planet. They are the Brendok witches.
This
Yeah.
new group,
Yes.
Yeah, out of nowhere for no reason.
It's just awful.
and they create like if I'm gonna get out of it, they've created like a non-birth force sensitive person.
Oh. Is that
yeah,
where the
they
acolyte
they messed with canon because Anakin had no father.
Was technically the only one
Yeah,
that without
well,
it.
Yeah, well, apparently they're twins. That
To their knowledge,
yes.
that maybe that's the truth. That doesn't really like affect the canon that much to me.
It doesn't really affect the canon that much. It's just weird. It's like, oh, let's make some more Christ figures.
Yeah.
And then the article in
He
Forbes
has
is,
no father.
the article in Forbes is fucked up because they refer to that as immaculate conception, and that's not what immaculate conception is.
yeah.
Even that, because it's episode 1, right? That is the only reference to that.
It's when
Yeah.
the counselor or when Palpatine's like explaining how you can like do anything with the dark side, like
That too-
create life.
Yeah. But that's a lot of reference to Padme though too, right? The reference of Anakin having no father is Qui-Gon questioning his mom,
Right.
and maybe I'm reaching, but how she answers it is the same way I could see a mom answering the question about a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, I think
She just says, "I raised him, I carried him."
but she says that she like didn't like have any like
She said, "Yeah, that's what I mean." Though, so imagine going to interview a mother with a piece of shit dad, and you say, "Well, what's up with his father?" And her exact lines are like, "He has none. I raised him. I carried him."
yeah, and then they eventually what was it episode 2 or Clone War or the Attack of the Clones or the other one when Palpatine then does say
He
like,
does it, but that is in reference to Padme. But yes, he does talk about
how you
the
can just,
potential.
you can just like
save
create
lives
life.
and be immortal.
Yeah,
But that's why I wonder, like maybe Anakin does have it.
but create life too.
But that's the beauty of Star Wars is that the plants they normally say there's a couple routes they could go.
Well, according to Wikipedia, midichlorians.
Is it
are his dad.
Wikipedia?
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
No, there is Wikipedia. I'm not joking.
No, Wikipedia is like the Star Wars Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you're on?
No, I'm on straight up Wikipedia.
No, go to Wikipedia. Fuck Wikipedia.
That's where the facts are.
Yeah, facts are at Wikipedia. Wikipedia's crowdfunding bullshit.
The thing I will say,
Yeah, there's
however,
Wikipedia. So
Wikipedia's
good.
legit.
That's so smart.
is that
been around for hell of a
there
long
is a Wookiee Jedi in
Yeah,
in
that's the
episode-
one
there's
thing that made me
Wookiee-
want to watch it.
There's
That-
Wookiee Jedi's in
Yeah.
in the books and,
and
stuff, in the
soldier
comics.
and soldiers and obviously episode 1 through 3. Like there's some bad motherfuckers. They're not just
yeah, they started that in the High Republic books, and this is a non-related character. This
Yeah.
is just another one that's still around, but
they've been allies for a long time. Yoda says.
Yeah.
The
they're always
Wookiees.
usually pretty heroic characters.
the Wookiees.
Did they talk about him again in the third episode? That
Who?
the one that they ended on, the Wookiee.
the
Jedi?
Wookiee is in it.
He's in the third one.
He's in the third one.
Well, it better because they put him at
He's-
the very end,
he's-
like kind of
Yeah.
teaser.
Almost without a character though. He's
Just there,
even less of a character than Creed in Rocky.
like Chrysanthemum in Boba Fett, the most
Yeah.
hyped up character, then just did nothing.
Fuck
Remember
off.
Chrysanthemum, the Wookiee that like badass with all the spikes and
Yeah,
shit,
does nothing.
didn't do shit. He was a dope character from the comics, like 2015.
The
He was
Wook-
like
Chewie's obviously always cool. Like Chewbacca's just the guy, you know. But it was at episode 3. Episode 3, they get in the big fight, right? And there's a shit ton of Wookiees.
on their planet, on
Yeah,
their home
Order
planet.
66.
Yeah, on their home planet.
Yeah, they're fighting on Order 66, and they make fucking Wookiees really cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Wikipedia says this.
Thank you.
Shmi Skywalker.
Yeah, Shmi.
Shmi. Son Anakin Skywalker was the prophesied chosen one, and as such was a virgin in the Force. Born on Tatooine in 41 BBY, whatever that means, Anakin cells contained over 20,000 midichlorians.
Highest count I've ever seen.
Yes.
Higher than Master Yoda.
Higher than Master Yoda.
Before Battle of Yavin is what BBY stands for.
That is nerdy, and I love it.
As a result, he possessed a higher midichlorian count than any other life form in the galaxy, including the Grand Master Yoda, which, combined with his inexplicable birth, led Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn to consider the possibility that Anakin was conceived by the microscopic organisms.
Okay. Wikipedia says that it's unexplainable.
Well, they really
Because
hyped
Shmi
up-
doesn't. Shmi leaves it gray area to me.
Yeah.
They planted all this like midichlorian shit in the prequel episodes, and then never did anything with it until like Bad Batch.
I knew a lot of people were pissed at that too. Although I think the concept could be cool, but
That pissed off a lot of people because they're like, oh no, that's not how the Force
Yeah, it was
works.
just never
and then
mentioned.
People have been getting upset with Star Wars since Star Wars.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually,
much
maybe they
just-
didn't. I guess they didn't really get upset too much about the first three, but everything after that, people
Everything
have
after
been
that.
hated.
Apparently, George Lucas wanted to do stuff with midichlorians in the sequel trilogy, but he sold to Disney.
I heard that he's potentially going to buy it back,
I heard that too. I heard he was trying to get
and
involved.
but for less than he paid or something.
He's 80, folks.
Yeah.
He's 80.
Yeah, maybe not the director.
Have
we
you guys
need.
seen that Reddit
Maybe he
video?
should run for office if he's going to be that
Yeah,
old.
That's
Not-
true. President Jedi.
Yeah, he's about president's age at
Yeah.
this point.
How crazy is that? You're allowed to be president at 35, and all we think about is the founding fathers. The founding fathers,
Mhm.
What
We're
about
all
the
like-
ages?
dude, they were all under like 28.
They were all pretty young except for
Were they
Ben
really?
Franklin,
Literally
yeah.
like 18. One
Yeah.
of them bitches. 18 built this beautiful country.
That's crazy.
And so why are we relying? I
But
love.
that back then though, 18 was like 35.
No,
Yeah.
That's a lie.
They lived till they were like 40.
No, that's a misnomer.
Is
The
that not true?
average age is lowered because of the amount of children deaths and mother deaths.
Right, yeah.
Not
it's the
because of
average.
actual lifespan.
Right, yeah.
If you
yeah.
took a healthy lifespan, it's almost the same as now.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which is an argument
Which
against,
also makes sense though, because why would it be different?
because people say pharmacies are saving everyone. They're saving more people, but they're not helping us live longer quite yet. Like science isn't that crazy. Maybe
I believe that.
Yeah, maybe the average was like 70. Rather now, maybe the average, if you're not.
No, the average now is like 72, 73. It's not
Yeah,
very high.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe like if you live a long, full life, it's 80 now, and it used to be 70. Like maybe it's that, but a lot of it was majority of the data was because of child deaths and mothers, because people were having
Excuse
kids.
the data.
Yeah, people were having kids at age 15, 18, 20, and then they would die. And
Yeah.
so then you have the average goes way down, and then you have a 1-year-old or a 1-day-old die, and just fucks everything up.
Yeah, the birthing system is a lot
Fuck.
safer
Yeah,
now.
1 billion percent.
You're not doing it in a shed.
Yeah, with bacteria on your hands.
25% infant mortality rate, and that's just infants. We're not talking about
Now?
no then.
Yeah.
Across Europe from the 1500s to the early 1800s.
Yeah, and so there's something going on. Why? And I love old people. I think there is a layer of wisdom there that our modern day needs to respect more. Right? Like other cultures do it. Asian cultures in particular, Latin cultures are pretty good at it. Really respect their elders, and there's something in America that doesn't. Yet, we're voting in 80-year-olds. And we're revving all this shit up to 80-year-olds. Why is that? That's so backwards.
I think it's also that's also kind of geographic, man. I think in other parts of the United States, like there is a lot more respect for elders. I think
little
like
more.
in California as a whole, you're not getting much of anything.
Yeah, I agree. A little bit more
Yeah, I mean, I
on
think
the
it's
old
where-
school cats.
I think it's what we see maybe more and like what we're in tune to online. But I think like the majority like is probably like very family.
a
There's
little
lot of
more.
family.
But I just feel like there's a big divide
Our
here.
systems are not. I don't feel like respect older people. Though.
Yeah, that either. But then, how are we built on a country of the average age of the founding fathers was probably 23?
Because once they get in power nowadays, these old people, like these people, once people get in office these days, they do whatever they can to stay in forever.
Yeah.
That's part of it. I think another part of it is we don't do a good job of developing political talent along the way, and people see it as not worth it.
Yeah, they're coffee seekers for 20 years.
Because of the just because of social media and just the very fast news cycle. Like you can, like your whole life can come apart on social media or on traditional media or whatever. Very, very quickly if you're a political candidate of some kind. If you don't have if you're not squeaky, or if you're not part of a demographic or a belief system or whatever, that you can just do whatever the fuck you want.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Agreed.
I know we got some 10-minute episodes to record. This one was a little bit all over the spot, but maybe you guys were entertained.
I think it was very entertaining.
I love it. Dean, fire 'em out, buddy. Where can they find you?
At deanstores.ck or Caffeine and Kilos at Caffeine and Kilos for your lifting and coffee needs.
Sabas.
Sebastian_Brambila on IG.
Ladies and gentlemen, new episodes Wednesday, Friday. GoodCompanyDiscord.com if you want to get involved with the community. I'll see y'all in there, and we'll catch you in the next one. I'm Silent Mike.
I'm at the Jim McD on all the social media. The show is 50% facts, 4% is a word, and 50 is just numbers. 50% facts. It's a Spreaker Prime podcast in association with iHeartMedia on the Obscure Celebrity Network. And we'll talk to you
later. We just make them up, or I find them from the
Okay,
past.
that sounds fun. It's about my sexuality.
How much dick
we
you been
we have
sucking?
our questions about that, but we're too polite to ask them.
Trying to find some random questions.
Still trying to figure that out. Like everybody else in this world.
Let us know if when you know. We're accepting. We're just curious.
Yeah, we're all just bi-curious. If you guys have not watched, this is kind of, I don't know what made me think of this. I was thinking of when Cartman said, for some reason, just crossed my head. He's like, I'm not sure. I'm HIV positive. Remember that episode
Yes,
about the
I do.
HIV? Have you
Yes.
guys? There's the new one on Paramount. Their new like movie special, whatever it's called. They just do like specials more often now than like a season episodes. They do like better specials.
It's because the rights are split.
Huh? Oh, is that what it is?
The rights are split. Yeah, Paramount owns the long form
That's my favorite stuff.
South Park, whereas Comedy Central still has the short form.
I didn't know that.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So the Paramount newest long form special is all about the Ozempic crisis. Oh, and it is
We should do that
so fucking funny.
when you get back. Like a whole Zempic topic.
Yeah.
we could
Watch
read
the South Park
We
episode.
could do the South Park and start there, and then we could read a couple articles or something. Go there.
I
'Cause
learned-
that really is like probably, in my opinion, the biggest real wave to fitness and fat loss in 30,
Have you guys seen what
50
Scott
years.
Disick looks like from?
I've
looks
seen
like,
all
looks like a
those.
skeleton. dude.
Osborne. She's
yeah.
one of the main ones.
There's
She looks like a character in a Tim Burton movie.
People took a screenshot from the latest episode because in this latest season of the Kardashians, they've been Kelsey watches it and I snoop in.
no,
every
I
once in a
like
while.
Scott Disick. He's
So-
my hero.
So they've kind of been like chirping in like to Scott like, "How you doing? You okay? Like you look good, but like you okay?" They're clearly gonna like
Yeah, rip him.
they're gonna because he went into recovery for the Ozempic shit. So they're clearly like leading the story into like them like
Yeah.
basically doing an intervention on him for the Ozempic.
Did you see Kevin Hart ripping Drewski about it?
He's on Ozempic.
I don't know,
Oh.
because Kevin Hart's Kevin Hart as a non-actor is fucking hilarious.
Oh, dude, yeah, when he did that Kai fucking.
So that's
stream.
when he's on with Drewski. They did a stream with Drewski, and he keeps, Drewski?
No.
He's a big old fat
he was
comedian
rated like the
on-
number one funniest person
on the
Instagram.
internet.
Yeah.
He was a Vine guy, then went like YouTube, Instagram,
Yeah.
and he is really funny. And they're all non-scripted. It's a 8-hour live stream, and Kevin just keeps throwing Ozempic.
Was it only
jabs.
8 hours?
Maybe longer.
Because they had like beds and shit. in
Yeah,
there.
but they start at like midnight.
Mm.
Kevin's just throwing Ozempic jabs at him the whole time, bro. I'm dying. And Drewski can't stop laughing
So-
either.
I just listened to a podcast on this the GLP-1 inhibitors.
Yeah, semaglutide.
And actually, apparently we've all been pronouncing it wrong.
Uh-oh.
It's semaglutide,
Oh.
and that came from the people who actually developed it.
Oh.
The name is semaglutide.
Ah, fuck him.
Yeah. Ozempic is not the one you want to be on. You want to
It's
be on
the-
Wegovy
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Or-
the
or the other one that's
generic one.
the similar one to Wegovy, because it's like so much more effective.
Yeah, there's like a generic one that's supposed to be better than Ozempic. That's not made for exactly the diabetes stuff.
Yeah.
Or something. There's a so
It
there,
still hasn't been approved for weight loss. It's still just it's
A
that's
meal
an
suppressant?
off-label.
Hit him, Subboss.
there's a screenshot from the episode that what I was gonna say real quick. There's a screenshot from the episode when they're looking in Scott's fridge for like food or something that people took, and then you see all the Ozempic boxes like in the shot,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, well, obviously like this is the Kardashians. They're fine. Everything's finely tuned fork, right? Like they clearly left that in there for people to see.
I'm sure and none of
That's
the,
where the whole season's kind of like heading, like as like the underlying like drama line.
none of the actual Kardashians could be on there because they'd lose their asses. Like
Well,
literally
she
their
got
asses
her
would
ass taken out.
Yeah, I was gonna say their shit's probably plastic. They'd probably be fine.
But they got a butt reduction.
Or if you get fat moved in your body, it can't metabolize the same. It probably metabolizes, but
I don't know how any of that works.
the new thing, people are taking booty and belly fat and adding it into titties.
So it makes it more like real.
Yeah.
Is that what Drake's doing next?
Yeah, probably. BBLGZ. Ready?
Yeah, we're in.
All right. So, welcome to Friday's episodes, ladies and gentlemen, where we're asking or answering all your questions as fast as we can, 10 minutes. And we got a couple interesting ones. One here, I think, is up for interpretation, so I'm going to give you the rules. It says, if you could start a new business with zero risk, what would it be? So, I assume zero risk means that you don't lose,
Like no zero financial risk?
or does zero risk mean it's not your money? So let's
Oh.
you guys can lay that foundation with me, and then I'll lead on.
Or I say, what do you mean by lose though? I don't want to like.
So this says, so if I, either we're going on the basis that it's someone else's money starting your business,
Okay.
or we're going on the basis that you win no matter what.
Oh, I'm gonna just go with the latter, the first one.
Okay, so someone else's money.
Yeah.
All right, then
Because if you can't lose and you just do whatever and then it works, then that's not interesting.
so that's where I was going to make new rules there.
Okay,
whether
yeah,
we're doing
let's
it for
go-
whether we're doing it for happiness or money. So let's go based on
Got
we're
it.
starting a business,
Okay.
someone else's money, funding, and that's the zero risk part.
I got one.
What you got?
It's a service where somebody deals with all the shit that you do not want to deal with personally.
like a personal assistant.
Like a personal
Oh,
assistant.
robot.
but
Elon
a,
just made it.
but a real, like, do the real shit jobs that you don't want to do.
Sure. Yeah, robot's not doing your taxes yet. We're there. AI, Jimbo. 5 years, robots can do everything we don't want to do.
Well, no, I'm talking about physical tasks.
That too. A robot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you seen some of those motherfuckers? They're crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, that's.
I think Russia's got one that turns its Glock sideways and bops you. Swear to God. Swear to God.
Swear to God.
I saw a whole Twitter post about every other country's, not ours, sadly, every other country's robots for war. And some are like China's dogs. You've seen them.
Yeah.
Or there's some that are like swarms of drones. There's one's a
the drone warfare thing. Is
one's
like
a nano
fucking
drone.
crazy.
You can't see it, hear it, and
Oh,
it'll go
yes, yeah.
get recon. And then Russia, I believe, has a iRobot looking drone that's shooting guns like this, like a video game.
This Terminator reality is going to happen.
Dude, it's happening. That's good. Yeah. So whether it's a robot or, I mean, that job is possible, right? You just hire a bunch of assistants and then
Yeah, it's
eat
a
them out.
TaskRabbit
Yeah,
or whatever, but
yeah.
like really
Yeah.
shitty things
Yeah,
you don't want to do.
yeah, or you need skilled people to do certain.
And it almost has to be able to read your mind because you don't want to have to actually explain it because explaining it is half the task.
Oh, Jim's ready for Neuralink and a robot.
Exactly. Exactly.
What you got, Sebas?
I'd probably do like clothing or a restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because of passions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dope. So these this is lists have been going around in my head lately that show how dumb all three of us are, four of us. 5 businesses that are the highest failure rates.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
Restaurants, 80% fail.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Gyms, 81% fail.
Great.
Construction, 40% fail. Doesn't seem that high. Hotels, 90% fail. And retail, which I'm throwing you into, 70% fail.
Yeah.
I've seen opposite of this, the most successful. And that's what I'm opening.
I think there's also a lot of fall through with a lot of those too. Like people just not committing.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
go forever. It never
It's-
stops.
It never stops.
Yeah.
Like every day you're
Right.
a week from losing everything.
Right.
People don't realize
Yeah,
that.
you gotta
with, like
stop.
brands and stuff like
That's
that.
where I call it like a hamster wheel, for lack of a better term. People
Yeah.
talk about the hamster wheel with the corporate situation,
Mhm.
but it's much more in our world where you're just constantly running.
Yeah. There's no like, oh, we're good, we can chill.
Some of the
As soon as
highest,
you do that, then it's all gone.
some of the highest success rates were similar numbers, like 80% success or more. Storage units,
Mm.
real estate investing, laundromats,
I was gonna say for mine, real estate. But
laundromats, nails, and I think the other one was car washes.
so yeah, man, I got a buddy in the car wash game.
Yeah,
Killing it.
people crush. And my answer is the same as Dean's. Mine's probably going to be a real estate storage unit because a lot of people that invest in real estate drag in very low overhead or low human businesses with it, like a
Yeah.
laundromat, a storage unit. A lot of the guys invest in multiple. I'm probably in that world too, especially if I got someone else's money. It's on.
Yeah, if I got someone else's money, I'm gonna do real estate because then you just hire the what's it called? The property management company.
you do
and it's
nothing.
like $200 a month.
Yeah, you do nothing. Yeah, my other one.
It's like the cheapest thing on the planet. When I found out what it what it costs to hire a property
Yeah.
management to
Roughly-
like basically
rough-
take care of everything.
Roughly 10% of monthly income. Yeah, depending on where you live and what they do.
Yeah, it's like no brainer.
Yeah. I mean, that's where it is. It's just,
That's
I'm the same probably.
Make them have the money work. Make money work for you.
Pure passion, sure, like a restaurant. You know, it'd be fun. Go hang in, grab a burger.
If there
talk
was
to
no,
everybody.
if that kind of goes back to the other side of it, if
Yeah.
there was no
Failure
failure,
risk.
if I could do whatever I wanted without, and it was going to succeed,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe like a high-end streetwear brand or a super dope hot restaurant.
Yeah, mine
that's
would
like
be-
going to stay hot, stay relevant. Because restaurant game, man, that's faster than the clothing game.
No, it's harder.
Like
It's
you can be
worse.
hot. You can be hot on earth for 2
Yep.
years, and then people stop going.
Yeah, but they're shutting down like 5,000 Burger Kings or something. It comes.
Well, that's for the better.
It comes down to the line, right? Because if the line has to do with money, then I'm going into tech. Not that I know anything about it, but I know that's got where you're making all your money, right? I'm going into AI services or some shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If there's no risk to lose, because I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that's got the highest upside of money, or I'm inventing the next Bitcoin or some shit, you know? But if there's passion involved in all the money, my salary is going to be the same. Yeah, really like a high-end athleisure would be really fun.
Yeah.
Where if I have a whole team and they just do my ideas, I'm just the idea guy.
Yeah, you're the Kanye.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
You're like a. Yeah, you get a
Pure creative.
massive team.
Yep, that'd be fun.
Pure creative. Walk in the room.
Yeah. Me
Talk
and
about
Gio,
ideas.
Me and Gio talk about that a lot. Where you just show them, hey, this material, make it kind of look like this, and then they bring you 30 samples, and you start to knit through.
Yeah, that's the
I
dream.
mean, that is what I do, but it's just cost me money and an insane amount of conversations.
In time.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's different when you got like you literally you have people bringing you ideas and
Yep.
then you're collaborating on like those
That's
like
fun.
the Kanye level
That's
type
fun.
of like creation like
Fun.
would be like the dream, right?
Yeah. All right. So don't open gyms. Don't open restaurants. Good luck to everybody out there. Dean, shout out my work and find you.
At DeanSedores.ck or at caffeinekilos.com.
Sabas.
Sebastian_Brambila on IG.
Ladies and gentlemen, new episodes Wednesday, Friday. GoodCompanyDiscord.com. I'll see you in there for like-minded community, early access to all our drops. And Third Street Barbell, Sacramento, California. I'll see you in the gym.
I am at the Jim McDinn on all the social media. This show is 50% facts. Where percent is a word and 50 is just numbers. 50% facts is a Spreaker Prime podcast in association with iHeartMedia on the Obscure Celebrity Network. And we'll talk to you next time.
You got one more, Jim?
We didn't do one on Friday? We didn't do one, yeah. We didn't do one on Monday. And we just did two, so we do two more. Do we have two more questions?
Oh, 2 more 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it. I have them. They just scrolled way back for some reason.
I've heard a lot of this. I'm seeing a lot more of these like short form podcasts on Fridays. Is that like a popular thing? You guys been doing that for a while?
We've done it for a while.
long time, yeah.
I
I've
don't
noticed other
know-
people do it too now.
I don't know if it's
That are like
popular.
not necessarily in this space.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
just
listened to this
general.
golf podcast. Rick Shields, Rick
Yeah.
Shields, and now they just started doing like their Clubhouse podcast, which is their Friday like 30-minute max kind of podcast. He has longer form 2-hour podcast, and then on Fridays they started doing this like quick 30-minute podcast about random shit.
Yeah, topics. I got like a silly one. It might be like a 5-minute-er.
Sure.
And then I have
I
like
don't
some
care.
real ones. Ready,
Okay.
Sabas?
Your intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, 50% Facts, our Friday episode. One good question brought to you by you. You are our guests who ask us questions. GoodCompanyDiscord.com if you want to get involved. And today's question, it's a little bit, I don't know if metaphysical is the right word, but philosophical.
Metaphysical. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, it's a word somewhere, not of this.
Is that like being touched
Physical?
in metaverse?
Metaphysical would be
That would be metaphysical. I
like
think.
thoughts, right? Aren't thoughts metaphysical?
I don't know.
I'm too
metaphorical?
smart. I'm too smart.
Metaphorical?
This is metaphorical. I'm too smart for my own good. Would you rather live on the moon or in the ocean? And it's easy for me. Because quite frankly, aliens are not on the outer world. They're in different dimensions and they're in our oceans, and I want to live with them. I'm living with Jar Jar Binks in the glass bubble under the ocean. Easy. The moon's fucking boring. You're going to see a rover every 6 months, and that's it? What the fuck's happening up there? Although there may be temples on the backside, and I heard China just landed there.
If you listen to one of the later Rogan episodes,
Yeah.
we know that there's evidence of a battle happened on the moon at some point.
It did.
And there's
Deep in the core.
there's anyways, yeah, I'm with you on ocean, dude. Easy.
Right?
Yeah, ocean.
Imagine the views.
Because it's going to be if we're talking like a built out civilization underwater, like
Like Jar Jar Binks world. I thought that's one of the coolest
that is a cool
scenes.
world.
Yeah, the coolest worlds.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Jim's heading to the moon.
I'm not generally claustrophobic.
Oh, true.
I'm not generally claustrophobic, but there are certain things that make me claustrophobic, and the idea of being inside a nominally safe environment that is within a very inhospitable environment freaks me the fuck out. So neither one of those is one
Those
I would
both
want
sound
to
pretty
do.
awful. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the idea that people who go to space, period, and that you're
Allegedly.
that people go to space.
Oh,
fine.
we did not. Yeah, we didn't land there and do all that.
Yeah, we totally did that. We didn't have the technology to fake it back then. We literally didn't have the technology to fake it. It would have cost as much as it was to go to the moon. We did not have the technology to fake it in the way that it looks.
I don't know, man. Kubrick.
No, but that didn't look real either. Right? It looked more real than anything that we'd seen.
So you think we did go?
Oh, totally, we went. Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely, we went.
Oh yeah, that's not true.
No, it's totally true. You guys, we have a generational problem here. We need to kick this generation off the planet.
I don't know.
You guys can go to the moon.
You're right. We went there on lawn chairs. You're right.
Well, yeah, but essentially, yes. Yeah, essentially, yes. Yeah. And then the water thing that bothers me. Like I went under the English Channel, and you don't know, so it's okay.
Oh,
you're
and
just
the thing.
Yeah, in the Channel Tunnel, and that was okay. And that might be, if I had to choose, that might be better. I just don't want to go very low, and I'm never going to get over that scene in one of the later seasons of Lost where there's that submerged like laboratory.
Oh
and
yeah.
it floods and
I stopped.
The
Yeah.
fucking Hobbit died, and
I think during COVID, me and Kelsey watched the entire catalog of Lost again.
I think
Yeah.
Lost might have been the first series that I got like addicted to.
Yeah.
We started watching it. We had it on VHS or CD, and we took a vacay. I went with my best friend's family. It was just me and his family in Mexico. So every night we'd do the beach thing, come home, start watching Lost.
Yeah.
We banged through 2 seasons maybe, and then I stopped. But I was like, "Fuck, this is good."
Yeah, you probably stopped when it was probably
pretty
still
much
good.
the right time.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had just I think it was just getting spicy, and then I heard it wasn't good. Yeah, we had like just
It gets out of- it
we
gets
had just
completely out of
opened
control.
the first hole or some shit,
Yeah,
The
it's out of
hatch.
control.
Yeah, the first hatch. We just found it,
Yeah.
and so my whole Lost
That's-
experience is awesome. Where everyone says it crashes hard.
That's very early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sebas, where are you
That's
going?
like the first season.
I'm going
Yeah, it was
ocean.
first or two. Yeah, it was 1
Yeah.
or 2.
I'm going ocean.
Yeah.
Minecraft. I've always wanted to build an underground base.
Can you do that in
Doing it.
Minecraft?
It's very hard.
So you can.
Yeah, you can.
Interesting.
It's very hard, or it used to be very hard.
Yeah, I think that's it, man. The Jar Jar Binks planet just looks fucking sick. It almost looks like Coco.
And they can maybe do like a outdoor simulation room. You know
Well,
what
I mean,
Like
we
with
might have
the
VR
lights.
down there. Yeah, you might have VR down there.
But like to feel the sun though, feel some heat. Because probably
Yeah, VR, 4D.
4D VR.
No, it's happening. There's a video game called Body Cam out right now that looks absolutely insane.
Oh, I've seen that game.
It looks
The first person shooter
insane,
game
yep.
with the crazy lighting, with the flashlights
It looks
and shit.
so real. Looks like you're watching a
What
cops
you have
movie.
to have like your computer though to even play that game.
You need
You
computers.
can't have a PS5 and play that game.
You can't even play Call of Duty anymore without a kitted PC. Like the next Call of Duty is like fucking 300 gigs or something. Like it's so big.
Yeah, it's over 300.
Yeah.
It's like 350
Yeah, things are getting
for
wild.
Black Ops. Yeah,
Yeah, things are getting
Jeez.
wild.
Black Ops 6.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you in the moon,
Or under the ocean.
or somewhere under the sea.
Under the sea.
That's Little Mermaid. You probably don't know that.
I know
Under
Little
the
Mermaid.
sea.
Little crab singing to you.
Yeah. His name is Sebastian. You have to know.
That's true.
I
It
recently
is.
watched it.
Really?
Yeah, because this.
Yeah, you told me you
Disney
just got
Plus.
Disney. You started
Yeah.
banging them out. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Dean, where can they find you?
At deanstores.ck or at Kevin Kilos.
Sabas.
Sebastian_Brambila on IG.
Ladies and gentlemen, new episodes Wednesday, Friday. 3sb.co for all your clothing needs. I'm Sam Mike. Where you want to find me?
I'm at the Jim McD on all the social media. This show is 50% facts, where percent is a word and 50 is just numbers. 50% facts. This is Spreaker Prime Podcast in association with iHeartMedia on the Obscure Celebrity Network. And we'll talk to you next time.
Restart. Yeah, well, how do we not do a Jar Jar spinoff? I'd rather watch that than all this random bullshit.
Oh, I would kill myself before I would watch that.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, Jar Jar doesn't bother me. Never did. I thought it was made for kids, and I was a kid when I saw that, so I was
Yeah.
like, this is
It
fun.
was made for racist kids by racist adults.
Well, all Star Wars is racist. A lot of it. Think about the Asian
The mechanic in the new one, even the brand new ones.
aren't in the episode 1 the
yeah.
the what is it
The
working
racer,
with the
yeah.
serpents?
Yeah.
They were like just doing Asian accents.
The
Yeah.
fucking. What about the mechanic in episode 9?
Oh yeah,
That dude races shit.
the Jewish mechanic.
No, doesn't he like slur and shit? He
The
got like a
little guy,
Latin,
right? The little
yeah,
guy?
tiny guy
Yeah,
with
the
a
little
little
guy.
mustache. He's
Yeah.
got like a Latin
yeah.
thing, and he's the only guy that's ever worked on anything in outer space.
Oh, I was thinking of the one that was the one that was sold Anakin to the
Watu.
yeah.
that
that was
Similar.
he
That
was
was pretty
supposed to be
bad.
like a
He's something.
Jewish guy.
Yeah, he's something for sure.
Yeah.
He's all about money and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
supposed to be.
and they gave him a very Jewish accent.
Supposed to be the Shylock from the Merchant of Venice.
Yeah, they be getting that ass. Ready?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, 50% Facts Your Friday episode where we answer all of your questions. If you want to get involved, go to goodcompany.discord.com. Oh shit, did I lose it already?
No.
There's a million. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
We're a little spoiled in this, but we probably have some tips. How to build friendships inside of the gym.
Oh Lord.
Oh boy.
Right, we're a little spoiled because a lot of us come from community-style gyms where that's very normal to say hi. It's very normal to spot and load. It's very normal, CrossFit, Olympic weightlifting, powerlifting, even the more, commercially style, but powerlifting gym at all, it's pretty normal to borrow chalk, to say what's up, to borrow some straps. If you're just trying to lift weights in the typical commercial gym, it becomes a little bit more difficult. There's a little more barrier, and I get it. I don't want to be talked to either at a commercial gym.
Yeah.
I don't want to be talked to at all. But today, I was skirting over here on my electric bike. Skirting.
Skirt.
And I see on my peripheral someone skirting.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, we got another skirter. And this guy was on a scooter. And then we catch a red light. Younger dude heading to work, maybe in his late 20s. Had some kind of collared tee on. I don't know where he worked, but I could see the logo.
Mm-hmm.
And I got headphones on. I'm blaring some reggae or something, heading to the gym in a good mood. And so I take him out, and he asked about my bike and stuff. We just had a regular conversation. I swear to God, that's like so abnormal to me, although that
Yeah.
sounds crazy.
They started making out.
Yeah. The rest is a movie. He hopped on the back of the bike, and we just skirted off together. But we talked, and just to have like random conversation in this world.
Yeah, that's nice.
In California, I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
where-
it's
that's weird,
it's not
right.
very normal culture. And maybe it's me for sure. I'm a part of it. I know that.
No, it's just
but it's also California. But
everybody's in their own tunnel vision.
yeah, but you do get older. I'll hang out like I was in Cleveland last year, and I'm hanging out with like my dad's best friend, and that dude start a conversation with anybody. We're buying beers at the thing. He just starts talking to the cash register lady, just whiffing about, and he's charismatic and he's funny, and so everyone laughs and it's
Just,
funny.
just riffing.
Yeah, but I feel like that is a little bit more normal and like a small towny vibe. Downtown Sacramento, you're not doing that.
No.
The cash register, the fast food person, the restaurateur, they don't want to talk to you. Even the hostess and the waitress, who their job is to like pseudo entertain you, they don't give a fuck anymore either. You want more water? All right, and then they turn around.
True.
So
Yeah.
I understand the commercial gym or making friends issue there.
I
this is about commercial gyms specifically?
No, but I
Okay.
was bringing it there because it's so easy in these gyms.
Yeah.
That's why. And I think I have a start. If you see someone working hard, guy, girl, whatever, you see them do a good lift or a good set, just a little walk by, a little fist bump. Hey, good set. Hey, I see you working. Right? You just start there. That's it. Maybe you see him again, and then every time you walk by him, you fist bump him. And does that lead somewhere? Maybe it does. If it
Yeah,
doesn't,
you walk in the gym, fist bump. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing?
if it doesn't, maybe you're not meant to be friends. I
Yeah.
leave it to destiny.
Yeah.
But because I'm thinking about me at I don't go to a commercial gym. It is a private-ish gym in Vegas. It's like a bodybuilding gym, but it's kind of that vibe. A lot of people 99% are headphones on, not
Mhm.
looking at nobody.
Mhm.
They all kind of know each other, but I think they're all maybe Vegas locals, or they all compete in bodybuilding. They're kind of buddies. And one of the guys works there is really, really nice. That's the only dude a fist bump, and no one knows who I am or what I do. There's been a couple members there, that have said what's up, or hey, you're Mike, right? There's been a couple YouTube, but generally speaking, it's a newer gen. And a lot of them are like business folk, But the one dude who works there, I think him and his lady run the gym. He'll say what's up, and I'll have like a more normal conversation here and there. And it's just as simple as like one headphone out. Hey, how's your day? Cool, man. Hey, what are you hitting today?
Small talk.
Kind of the same shit we teach our staff here to start with our members to kind of make that a welcoming environment. Hey, how you doing? Welcome in.
Mm-hmm.
What are you training today? So if you get there, but yeah, I would start with, if it's very awkward, I would start with someone that looks kind of nice, that doesn't look crazy, that maybe you could be friends with or you want to be friends with, and just say, hey, man, good set. I'll see you working. Fist bump. Let him be. And then turn and leave. Don't linger. The lingering is the weirdo part.
Just staring at him.
Yeah. Say something. What's next? That happens.
I think that the hardest part of small talk is when you run into somebody who really doesn't know how to do it at all, and like you're carrying the whole load, and you just want to walk away. But
I try not to carry loads.
you know what I'm
Pause.
saying.
Especially in the gym.
I feel Jim's issue, and the one issue is that I'm really good at small talk. So I'll catch myself purposely trying to carry because I think they want it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a people pleaser on top of it, right? So I'm like, all right, this person sucks at convo, but I'll keep this thing going. And then I get really strong, and I'm really good at it. But I hate it.
Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't even small talk. Hey, good lift. And then literally you got a U-turn.
Z.
Yep.
Just run away.
I mean, similar, maybe not run, but a little zipper. It's probably similar thing I would offer when you're trying to like date someone in the gym. You just need an opener. You just need to open the book. You don't got to read the first chapter. You know, you just got to read the cover of the book, and then the chapter will come in time.
I think like the good move with like if you're trying to date in the gym, you just kind of walk up to, you know.
Here goes the married man. What do you got, dude? Walk up and what?
Well, you walk up and say, you know, something like, you know, hello, my lady, or something like
That's a
that.
good start. That's a good start.
Dude, that'll totally work.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah,
trick.
tip your fedora at her
Yes,
while you're on
yes.
the treadmill.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. Hello.
Offer to come to the Ren Fair with you this
yeah,
weekend.
exactly. That's what I was going to say. The next line is about a Ren fair
Yeah.
for sure. If you call her
Yeah.
milady.
You know, just say hello, my lady, and would
Your
you,
bosoms are looking quite plump today.
may I offer you? You look quenched, and you offer them a strange liquid.
yeah,
You know that is half drink.
It's not beer. What the fucking drink?
Mead.
Mead. Yeah, you offer a fucking mead
A
cup.
flagon of mead.
I made mead. Made it by hand.
But I think you nailed it. I think it's
Thank
a
you,
quick
thank
little in and out interaction, nothing crazy.
And then if you see him again,
And you see him again, yeah, you go, and then all of a sudden you guys are
peace
friends.
sign. You throw him a peace sign. You throw him another bump.
And all of a sudden it just kind of happens one day, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
like your entire gym people that you know at the gym are the only people you hang out with.
Yeah, and it'll start to open up. Yeah, we'll start to open up because he probably did that with one other person, or he has one training partner. You got a training partner. If you have a training partner that's already with you, that's easier too. Because then you see someone, or you see someone like staring, you just like pick up vibes. Someone staring, you just offer like, "Hey man, you need to work in. Like you want the machine, you know?"
You just flash on them.
yeah,
Yeah.
bang on them.
Hey, yo.
You got anything?
I would say, well, if it's like a full gym, like
Yeah.
a full commercial gym, I would say probably just ask to work in.
Yeah, that's
You can
another one.
make friends.
Yeah, you can fake it. You're not even doing arms today. But he's on the preacher. Hey man, you mind if I?
I've never squatted 200 kilos before, but to be your friend, I'll
Fuck
try.
it. Yeah, fucking. Can you spot me? We're going down.
See, this is how I ended up in a powerlifting gym because I was just terrible at any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're training with a team of people,
It happens way faster
Yeah,
in a
faster.
team environment. All
Yeah.
of a sudden, it's like the next day you're best friends with these people.
It's just baked in, even if they're assholes.
well, you're
you
kind of
know.
like you're suffering together as a group, right?
Yeah, the
You're
number
going through
one-
the training together. That makes it a lot easier to bond.
I think the number one advice would then be to find a gym that promotes that. And most private gyms, bodybuilding, CrossFit, Olympic weightlifting, doesn't really matter the task or the style of gym. Most private-ish gyms, even the one I go to in Vegas, just promote that slightly more. You know, they'll have a booth
Yeah.
there, and people are saying hi, and people are at least nice.
Yeah.
You go to commercial gym, and I do understand the opposite because I go to bigger gyms for that reason too. Sometimes I like headphones in to be totally alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would find the environment of which leads to where you want to go. Part of it's on you to reach that. And if that gym is 10 or 20-minute drive longer, pick your priorities. There's enough gyms on the planet that you can find a hardcore private gym now in almost every city. And so make it happen.
Yep.
Take
you give me an idea
responsibility.
that I need to follow up on after we're done recording here.
Yeah, take responsibility on your own hand, ladies and gentlemen. Shout them out, Dean. Where can they find you?
At deansidorus.ck or at Captain Kilos.
Sabas.
Sebastian_Brambila on IG.
Ladies and gentlemen, new episodes Wednesday, Friday. GoodCompanyDiscord.com. 3rd Street Barbell, Sacramento, California. If you want to make some friends. And I'm Sal Mike, where you want to find me.
I'm at the Jim McDean on all the social media. This show is 50% facts, where percent is a word and 50 is just numbers, and this light keeps flashing for some reason. I don't understand. 50% facts is a Spreaker Prime podcast in association with iHeartMedia on the Obscure Celebrity Network. I didn't say that right. We'll talk to you next time.